Today I'm taking a look at JD Wetherspoons. Wetherspoons is got a pub estate for about 900, or just over 900 pubs. About 30 pubs have been put up for sale. Was in the news a little while back, as Wetherspoons are looking to maybe offload some pubs that are not profitable, but they've always been buying and selling pubs, so the media can make quite a bit of hype over things. It's run by Tim Martin as CEO. He's quite a legendary guy. He's quite outspoken with his views, but he's quite forthright with his views on quite a variety of subjects. The pubs are pretty well individually themed, really. So there's a lot of things in common to all the pubs: the tables, the chairs, and the crockery. But a lot of pubs are taken over, and they're styled in the theme of the building, which is quite a nice thing to see. Well known for the Wetherspoons breakfast. There's a big breakfast here, and those classic plates. It's really great value for money. So it's very much a high turnover business, working on a very tight margin, and they're just relying on just the sheer volume to make the business really work. Wetherspoons are a business, of course, offering quite a wide range in the menu, from the pork pies and the curries and sausage and mash and a lot of pub favourites. And so it's quite an extensive menu, and they're open from 8 in the morning generally up till fairly late at night, and up to 1 or so in the morning over sort of Saturday nights. So let's have a dig into some of the facts and figures from the accounts and see what's going on. So the turnover really from Rainy Rona times, the last couple of years when the pubs were shut for a fair bit of time, really meant that the Wetherspoons were having a little bit of a tough time. But I think probably what the city doesn't necessarily pick up on is the shops are open, the pubs are open, and they're quite busy again, which is really great news. So turnover versus profit, you can see there the massive turnover needed to generate any sort of profit. 2020 and 2021, obviously being in the minus there, and it does reflect into the free cash flow, which has been sitting quite negative over the last few years, but the trend is going back in that positive direction again, which is what we really like to see. The capital expenditures picking up again as the continual process of pub refurbishment is very much an ongoing process. I'm back into full flow again by the looks of the figures on there from for 2022. And assets versus liabilities, we've been seeing a big increase in debt, obviously during the 2020-2021 period, and that looks like to continue. It's going to take some time for Wetherspoons to really recover that. That could take a few years. Obviously, with hefty interest rates, that is going to have quite an impact on the profitability over the next couple of years. Unfortunately, it's not really been possible to do the DCF calculator on this one because we're sitting there with a negative free cash flow at the present time, so it's not going to calculate a realistic figure for me. So if we take a look at through simply Wall Street, I mean, they're predicting a growth for the next year of 31%, which is obviously, well, the pubs are open and busy, so we're going to expect a big increase in the numbers in the coming year. Scroll down to the valuation one. So what's PE sitting at the moment? It's 28.5, so yeah, still quite hefty. And simply Wall Street are putting the fair value at 309, current price at 434. So they still feel it's on the overvalued point. I mean, we've got to take this one with a pinch of salt because the figure is on a negative value at the moment. So let's nip across the share pad and have a look at the chart there. Let's open that up to full screen over the last 3 years. So I'm seeing some highs right up there on the sort of 1700 mark or so, 1739. Rose back up again after Rainy Rona, and then it's been sort of sinking gradually. We saw a low in there. Got a low there, 389 as a low it dipped to on one day. Whether it's going to head back to that sort of figure and continue downwards for a little while until the city realises that Wetherspoons pubs are busy and the tills are taking money. And the story I would expect to start to turn around, but obviously need to really be watching that profitability, which is why they're probably selling off some unprofitable pubs and get the balance sheets looking correct. So potentially, I think, yeah, there's some buy opportunity here if you're a long-term investor like myself. If the figures stay at this low little level, I think it's certainly going to be quite an interesting one to watch over the next year. Today's video is sponsored by Rule Number 1 by Phil Town. It's a lovely, easy read and one of the first books I read getting involved in investing. It shows some lovely, easy ways to calculate the true value of a business and work out what sort of price you'd be looking at to buy a business when it's on sale as the ideal time. So you can click on the Amazon link in the description below, and for $8.99 you can get some great, easy reading as a good way to get started in investing. And clicking on the link also helps support the channel, of course. So if you like the videos, do like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you again soon.